Good afternoon. Welcome to another session of Happy Parenting. So this session is in line with the International Education Summit. So first of all, let me just brief on this summit. So it's the International Education Summit for Quality Education 2022, which will be held from 28th to 30th October 2022 in Lucknow, India. So I take this an opportunity to invite all of you. You don't have to be within the region to join this since it's South Asia. Anyone from anywhere, any part of the world, if you are interested, please join with us on this summit. I'm sure it's going to be a wonderful experience for all the educators. So please join in hand with us on this summit in October, from 28th to 30th October in Lucknow, India. So moving back to today's session. So we've been conducting sessions like this on every Thursday for about a month now. So we have targeted different parties. Last week it was for mothers. Then we had a session with kids. So today it's with fathers, which is indeed a rare session because we normally don't get the opportunity to get connected with fathers for such a session. So it's going to be a wonderful experience for all of us. I would like to, for this session today, we have Dr. Hemlata S. Murthy, Director Principal of WPS Group of Institute, India. And we have Mrs. Bharti Mohan, Master Trainer, ECCD, HRD Center, New Delhi. And we have, as usual, Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra, the principal of Kunwar Global School, Lucknow, India. And we have Mrs. Rowena Phillips, the program director of this session. And we have the president of our association, Mr. Janaka Kamal Goda. And we have a very special guest from Sri Lanka today, the Sri Lankan film director, Mr. Buddhika Kirtisena. And we have fathers joining from India, Pakistan, UK, and Sri Lanka. We have Mr. Anup Chauhan from India. We have Mr. Amol Chauhan from India. We have Mr. Kumara Karunaratna from Sri Lanka. We have Mr. Wajid Ali from UK. So on behalf of the Sahi Association, I would like to warmly welcome you all for this session. So to start with, I would like to invite Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra to give us a brief introduction on this summit and our progress.
Oh, thank you very much. This afternoon, greetings from India. And I take this opportunity, first of all, to welcome all the wonderful participants at this platform. And we not only talk about quality, but we dwell into making quality a priority by all of us. And henceforth, the topic here talks about the ups and downs in parenting from the teacher's point of view. Well, for sure, it is an extended parenting when we are there with the children in the classrooms as well. We are actually extended parents. And for sure, keeping the fact in view that this particular session is in view to the proposed program. It's a meet, it's an international meet. Education and we are organizing it here at Lucknow at Kumar Global School. And I take this opportunity to invite and I think the formalities for the registration shall be shared by Hasini. And we look forward to working together with that very productivity in view towards attaining sustainable development goal and talking more about quality education in view of the requisites, the changed environment post COVID, and above all, how to make learning a priority through creative measures of teaching and making our classrooms wow, that is the wonder of wonders for our students to attend. So once again, I take this opportunity to welcome and share my invite for this event scheduled in October at Lucknow, India. And I'm very sure Mr. Janika, who is the leader for this particular event from Sri Lanka, shall be making a priority-based successful launch in Lucknow. And above all, we reflect and pray that everyone gets an opportunity to attend this event and enjoy the hospitality and the Awadhi culture. We in Lucknow are very well known about the chicken and the kebabs. So chicken is an embroidered work and the delicacy, the eatable which is there. So of course we tend to reflect on the view of making it everybody's successful participation. Thank you and God bless everyone.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite the president of our association, Mr. Janaka Kamalkota, to speak a few words on behalf of the association.
Thank you, Ms. Hashini. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Dhiraj and Mrs. Rovina and Mrs. Hashini, because three of them did a big job to make our event success. And I think today is a very special day. Today we speak about the happy parenting with the fathers. I think there are so many fathers' expertise. They will share their experience. Then I don't want to speak about the subject. I want to thanks for all who participate today for this very special event. And I hope all of you will join with our international summit in October. And we think we can do something to achieve sustainable development goal, quality education. And we can share our best practices in globally, especially the South Asian region and even with the other countries. Thank you, Ashin, and I wish all the best for all of you and especially for you for your excellent leadership to handling this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Dr. Himalata S. Murthy to speak a few words as the guest speaker of today's session.
So that way, I think this is a great platform where I came to know that this is a place where the parents, that is fathers, are involved here for today's event. So that way, there is a lot of things that happens in the role of father's role. So that way, father plays a major role at home as well as outside. So there are a lot of things that father handles for a child or for children. So there are so many other things which will be taken in care by father for the purpose of the child developing himself or herself.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Mrs. Bharti Mohan. Ma'am, we would like to hear from you.
Hi everyone, namaste from India and greetings to one and all. It's heartening to see some very familiar faces we met at and we interacted at the International Summit in Sri Lanka. Thank you for having me over. And it's a delight to actually be a part of this kind of a discussion, because generally when we talk about parents and when we refer to parents, it's the mothers, who take the prominent role and who are generally there to take up the responsibilities, especially when it comes to schooling, it comes to value education, and fathers are the providers. In the role of providers, they're there, but they're somewhere in the background. Okay, so it's really heartening to see, and it's always a very, very refreshing thing to kind of interact with dads, because invariably when they come for the parent teachers meeting and we insist and we have a soft corner for fathers who come, even though they come late, we kind of take them before other mothers, and sometimes there's a problem there, but then I say I always have a soft corner for fathers. So, and those who take this initiative of coming and attending PTM, we generally just to kind of give them as a perk or as a benefit or as a whatever you may call it, we take them before the other mothers. So yeah, it's heartening to be a part of this gathering, and I would like to understand the perspective of different fathers and their the any kind of problems or situations that they would like to uh, discuss over here in this forum.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So now it's the opportunity for Mrs. Robina Ajay Phillips. She was with us from the first session of this Happy Parenting. She's a psychologist and she's an expert in the field of happy parenting as a happy parenting coach. So ma'am, I would like to hear from you on a brief introduction to this session.
Thank you so much, Ms. Hassani, and welcome to all the guests, first of all. Dr. Dheeraj, nice to see you again. I think you gave us a very irresistible motivation with the kebabs, and I'm definitely not going to miss it. And I'm grateful to Janaka sir, who is also leading this wonderful visionary objective of bringing in quality education and happy parenting. So I think so far we see that institutions are doing all their best to develop a child, and so are parents. But somehow the connecting point is how they are partnering together. That's always a gap, because parents come back to the institution and institution comes back to a parent and saying this is how your child is. And in most cases, when that gap is resolved, we then would see the kind of quality education that we want to. So with this thought, I think it's really exciting to see, like our earlier speakers have already mentioned, that it's not always an opportunity to hear from fathers about parenting. And I think fathers as much as mothers are pivotal. While mothers run the role and do the running around and are seem to be present everywhere, the fathers are invisibly present by their decision making, and the actual deciding factor is all left to the father, especially in the Asian context, I would say. So it's wonderful to have all the fathers. I'm especially here to thank you all for taking the time. We all know that you are stepping out of your work and being a part of this session to add so much value. And we look forward to hear from you. And I think that's why we have both the things going together, is our international summit that we will have in Lucknow. At the same time, the one of its kind parenting coach program, where we will be developing and educating parents in a very systematic and a very scientific manner of how the development of a child takes place, what impacts growth, and it is relevant to every child, any race. So I think that will be the bridging gap between institutions working in isolation and parents working in isolation. And it's going to create the whole idea of bringing in holistic habits, be it education or being parenting. So with that thought, once again, I would especially welcome all the fathers here. And I'm sure we look forward to an exciting session and getting a lot of insights from you. So with that, Ms. Hassani, I hand it over to you for the session ahead.
With that, we've come to the most interesting part of this session. It's that we're going to get the viewpoint of fathers on parenting. So first of all, let me just invite you all the fathers, to give a brief self-introduction of you, like how many children you have, their age, what your educational background is, like what's your employment status. So we would like to know the background of you all, so that when it comes to analyzing these thoughts, it would provide us some foundation. So I guess we shall start with Mr. Buddhika Kirtisen, if you're okay, sir.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here, and I'm very happy to be part of this. I think it's a great thing you all are doing, and all the distinguished guests. I'm happy to be here. Well, I'm father with two daughters. I married very late in my life. Like I wouldn't call it late, but it's late to Asian standards. 50 when I got married, and I have two daughters, and one is 5 and the other one is 8, and they are I think I don't know, maybe it's my age or my personality, could be because when I was a younger age, didn't care for much things, but right now I'm always so worried about everything. I mean, my wife is taking care of their all the needs, every needs, but I'm mostly the person, like many people said, like providing the other parts. But I'm always worried with the situation, not only around the world, but especially in Sri Lanka, bringing up 2 young children to this world. And as probably I'm now 56, I'm always, I mean, I'm a filmmaker. I make movies, and I was educated in United States, and my wife is from Europe, and I'm always worried. That's so my background is. Sorry to. I think I got confused with my background and what we are about to talk about here. And my background is a filmmaker. Also, now I'm getting into a little bit of farming, and my younger daughter is crazy about my watermelon plants and everything. She's always wanting to go there in the village. So I'm doing filmmaking, farming, and whatever the time to time teaching, that kind of stuff. So that's my background.
Yeah, thank you, sir. That's a great profile to dig into. Thank you very much, sir. So now I guess we can move to Mr. Kumar Karunaratne again from Sri Lanka, sir.
Right. Thank you very much inviting this program. First of all, I'm actually grateful, Mr. Janak Kamalgade, Dr. Gerard, Hasini, and all the organizing committee. So if I say my position, first of all, I would like to say that my position is a principal service in Sri Lanka. I have done various duties in the Sri Lankan schools as a principal. Now, current I'm engaged in Prince of Wales College, Moratu, as a deputy principal. I have the son and the daughter. They are now getting elder. My son is younger to the daughter. Daughter age 25 around, and son grade 10. He's studying the Royal College. That's the situation now. My residence is Ratmalana. Right. That's all.
Thank you very much, sir. So we can move to Mr. Amol Chauhan from India.
Okay, so I was saying that I'm working with a IT company. I'm in a software field. I've got 2 daughters. One of them is 10 years old, and younger one is 7 years old. And I guess that's more or less about me and my kids.
Thank you very much. So with that, I guess we can move to the next part of the interview. So the next one is now last week we had this session with mothers. So we had the perspective of parenting from mothers. So this week it's from fathers. So I just want to know, like, how do you perceive parenting as a father? How do you define parenting? So I just keep it open. So if like depending on your connection, you can just switch on the mic and give your perspectives.
Yeah, I'd like to go first. So, talking about parenting as a father, it's actually a very difficult situation, I'd say, because the kids, when they're, I mean, especially in my case, both of my daughters, they are very young, you know. So, in their younger ages, they are very close to uh, the mothers, right? So, you know, you being a father, you try to be tough at times, of course, you are loving, you're caring, and you are more focused towards providing for your family and especially looking after your kids that they have everything and stuff like that. But at the same time, as a father, whenever you try to discipline them for something, they run down to their moms, and that's where it becomes a little difficult at a younger age to discipline at a level where you would like them to be. But then what I believe is that as they grow and mature and grow up in age, I guess they would definitely come back to it. So that's one challenge that I have faced as being a parent and a father parent. Also, being a father, the more focus that we have as a parent is that we are more focused on our kids' future, right? What they are going to become, right? And try to train them in those ways. Like if I have, just for the sake of example, I want them to be like, follow what is their passion, right? So I consistently and continuously keep on, asking them questions, sitting with them and talking to them, and then, you know, trying to understand where their interest areas lies, and accordingly, helping them to get more into those areas. Like my eldest daughter, she actually picked up skating very well. So I bought her skates and then put her through different competitions and stuff like that, so that she'll grow in skills and stuff like that. So that's an area which I found for her. And as a parent, as a father parent, you keep on, your more focus, I guess, is on building up their careers as they grow.
Thank you, Mr. Anu. Mr. Shaza, is it possible for you to add your views?
Yes, I have three children. One of them 4 years, and second is 2 years, and third is 6 months. My activity with my child is very charming, and is like outing, like shopping, like a wonderful time spent. When I come in my house after finish work, then my child is too much attractive me, too much attached with me, just for entertainment. Just for entertainment, okay, like video games, like outings, like shoppings, like eating food in the outsourced restaurants. But nothing is a more hard attitude with my child for me. This is the friendship environment in my house with my child.
Thank you very much. Mrs. Bharti and Dr. Hemlata, do you have anything to add at this point? We just wanted your point of view as the expert panels who are joining today. So do you have anything to add at this stage?
I would like to react to or respond to this particular feedback that I've got. Generally, over a period of time, I've been teaching for 30 years now, counseling parents. Whenever we feel the child is withdrawn or something, and we bring it to the kind attention of the parents, and ask the father especially, to spend some more time. And when we kind of insist on quality time being spent, fathers generally take it as taking them out to the mall, taking them for shopping, buying them the best of fineries, whatever they want, the toys and everything. And like Mr. Shehzad also mentioned, that my children are very attached to me. Whenever they want something, they kind of, look at me. So children generally perceive fathers as providers, as like somebody like, wish fulfilling genie. And they start kind of, any kind of demands or any kind of expectations they have are invariably towards the materialistic side. So we insist on fathers not playing the role of always being the provider in terms of materialistic and tangible things. When we say quality time, it does not mean taking them out to the to the mall for shopping, buying them the best of things, best of toys, because children invariably come and tell me, Mama sometimes tells me no, and she refuses to buy me things, but Papa buys me everything. Papa loves me too much. So that's how they start perceiving love. And that's where we somewhere are inculcating those values that, money is everything and money is over everything. And person who buys you best of things loves you more. Okay. So children at this point in time and this tender in age are very young to understand what is love and what is basically providing for. So I would expect and also request all the fathers not to confuse the quality time with taking them out and having, hell of a time, wailing time. We're going, having fun, going to the beach, going for a picnic, going for this thing. Just being with the children, just making sure that, the nails are clipped from time to time, just taking them for a haircut, telling them a story, a bedtime story maybe, or making sure that the homework is done, helping out their spouses in packing up their tiffin. I've seen some parents leaving a small note for their children to, like, when they open up the tiffin, there's a small note that states a smiley or some kind of a one-liner thing, from parents. So it's a very, very heartening thing, very nice thing to do, a very sunny, bright and sunny note from parents. It brings about a smile on the child's face, makes them feel cherished. And also, we are also passing on the values that money is not everything. That materialistic, that appreciation for materialistic world, wherein fathers are viewed as somebody who will buy them anything and will fulfill all their demands and wishes and all. Somewhere we need that a kind of a paradigm shift and a change in them, wherein fathers start playing up the role more of, which generally are taken up by the mothers, that, okay, you mustn't lie, telling a story around that, weaving something. For example, they've got some kind of a note from the teacher that, okay, your child was seen picking up other people's things. So father just weaves a kind of story around the same theme, and then involves that child or engages that child in such a way that child only starts rationalizing and reasoning out. Okay. And the conclusion is drawn that, oh, it's not nice to take away other people's things and all. So I think as parents, fathers need to be more participative in moral development and also ethicals, passing on ethics, and just being there. If they're watching some kind of a TV, I've seen sometimes fathers are not particular, they'll put a program which is not good for viewing by the children. Just because it has entertainment value, they put it on the TV and the whole family is watching it. There I've seen mothers are more vigilant. So I feel fathers also need to be more participative in moral development, ethical development, social development, telling them about and making them aware about the socially acceptable or non-acceptable behavior, being gentle with others. Also, children are going to observe the father's behavior towards the mother. And that's how they're going to perceive a man and wife relationship, a social relationship, that, respect, that underlying respect, the way you speak to your mother or the way you speak to your wife, it speaks volumes. And that's how child is going to then build or construct his knowledge of the social world around him. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Well, yeah, I guess Dr. Hemlata has something to share with us, but ma'am, you're
can I add to that? Bharti
Yes,
was
yes. Now we can
sharing a
hear
lot
you.
of
Yes.
good leads about how a father plays a major role in the family and what are the attributes the father should carry on. She was talking about that very well said and beautifully it was put out. And I would try to add a few things. Buying the kids everything, fulfilling the demands of children, everything is not only the notion. Make them achieve, make them understand the depth of pain behind that. What is that in reality? See, hard work would always give a good success, but it is not that whatever we try to give them, taking them to malls is all a part and a beneficiary added to it. But whatever the problems the children have, we should sit, we should listen to them, especially fathers should understand where is the problem going on, how the problem has to be solved, whether it is the in reality, where is the problem rising, all that has to be detailedly understood by the parent or called as the father, so that he would become even more friendly. I would not try to tell the father should become a friendly friend to a child, but a guide, a narrator to the child, so that he can try to be a king and the mindset in the child's notion. For everything, whatever they ask, we should not try to fulfill. We should keep a targets so that it would try to give a better improvement seen in the children.
Thank you, ma'am. So now children have different expectations from a mother and a father. Normally, children like to spend more time with their mothers, helping the day-to-day course. But when it comes to fathers, it's different. They like as y'all said, they like to go on shopping with y'all. They like to have a chat even with the father. So it's different when it comes to mothers and fathers. The children's expectations are different. So as per your first-hand experience, what do you think that your children are expecting from you as a father? I guess Mr. Budi must have a lot of things to add on this.
Well, first of all, I think this is like a learning platform to me, because I was listening to the earlier two ladies speaking, and I think it was fabulous, certain things that I didn't realize that was going on, because I see a lot of things my wife is taking care of as in a motherly way that I mean, it's quite amazing to listen to you all, and then I now think back at those things, how much of a responsibility that is coming from mother who's being really amazing. My wife is doing some really amazing, because we are a mixed marriage. My wife is from Europe and I am from Sri Lanka. So, she is very good at guiding them in the sense of behavioral things like, you should not do this, you should not do that. And, certain times I am like the one who spoils, and then she comes and say, look, no, you should not do this, because now I understand certain things when I hear from you all. Yeah, like my children, they look up to me as more like guidance as well. Like I can feel that they come to me and ask, Tata, how do I get this done? My elderly would ask that. And same way, my younger one who's only 5 years old, and she's sleeping with me mostly, like because I don't know, she likes to spend more time with me, and the other one, it likes to be by herself most of the times because of her age, also 9 years old. And but throughout everything, I mean, after listening to you all, I can see more than me, it's the mother who's really really I do take them, I spoil them, and then I get yelled, don't do that, don't give this, don't, and but it's a joy for me, maybe because my age, I'm more like looking at them like, oh, I have to take care of this, take care of that. trying to be more responsible, because I know in my younger days, we were all young. We didn't care that much. But here, I'm always worried about all three of them, including mother and the two children. I'm trying to see if it's safely locked or whatever, because my country's situation changes always. And sometimes I must be very thankful to my wife that because, my family background is Buddhist, so I bring up both of my children as Buddhist. My wife, of course, very open to many things, and my entire family is vegetarian. And my wife helps with those things for my children to proceed. Means because if there's no support like that, they can't go forward. And so I try to, since we live here in Colombo, I try to keep my elder is listening to me in a far distance, sort of our cultural values in Sri Lanka. And I think because my wife helps me to take that forward, it's easier for my kids to take those traditional cultural things forward, because in a world like this, it's very difficult to, everybody wants to be modern and wow, we are, but I like them to know their roots as well. So it's difficult, but I think my wife allows that to happen, and which is, I'm very lucky about that. I feel lucky. And they're also always questioning with me about things, since they're two ages, they fight a lot too with each other. But I think I'm a very, I'm very emotional towards all three of them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Your children must be delighted to hear the true insights of a father. So thank you very much, sir. Mr. Kumar Karunaratna, sir, if you have anything to add on this.
Yes, a very interesting topic, actually, the father. So first of all, I want to say that how to become a father, first we need to attract the lady first, then he should like you. And at the conception, then you become a father, right? There are three stages in conception, the zygote, embryo, and fetus. Then as a father, we must safeguard the lady first. Then once they deliver the child, both born, then the parenting depend on the age of the children, right? The toddler, the parenting duties, they separate from elder children. Therefore, you must know what your duties and your responsibility. But as a father, you must know the child getting grow and older. Then, if you did the mistake, once they become adult, right? They understood you are father. The question may be whether you are the real father. So therefore, you must know actually the first thing you must know, the father should be a real planner first, right? According to plan, how many children you want, then what are the facilities that you provide, education, then health, then once they get in the old, so to the marriage purpose, then you have to transfer your wealth, the land or the house, everything you have to plan. Then you must have the diagnostic skills, all that diagnose, then conceptual skills, then human skills, the technical skills, right? As a father, because we know the family is the small entity, it's an organization, right? You are the leader, the breadwinner. We can't post the ladies to, you must provide all the things, because they have the special duties. The breast milk we can't provide, right? Then the security at the childhood, the small toddlers, we can't actually, as a father, we can't provide. But the mother's duties slightly different from that, right? Then once you get in the older, then according to your advice, the basic thing that you have to do, the compulsory thing is the wholesome activities. So we must teach them wholesome and how to differentiate the unwholesome activities. Then the really that's a human being as a human being. You know, in the case of the animal, the other wild beings, they provide foods and everything, safeguard all. But the human being, basically, I think they have to provide how to go to the real path and the wisdom, right? That is the thing. Therefore, we must love at the beginning of the child, the hug, kiss, and all we do. Then once they get in older, some disciplinary. We are concerned about their disciplinary. Sometimes they override us. No, nothing. Actually, the up to the grade 9. Right, if you can control the person and give the love and affections and all the facilities, that child never become naughty child, or boy or the girl, right? That's my view. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kumar. So that's what we heard from a very planned father, actually. Thank you, sir. With that, I guess we can wind up the session for today. So I take this an opportunity to thank everyone, especially Dr. Hemlata S. Murthy and Mrs. Bharti Mohan for joining with us to provide your expert view. Thank you very much for joining with us for today. And Mrs. Rowena Ajay Phillips for organizing this and for giving your guidance and advice. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I would like to thank Mr. Budi, the film producer who joined today from Sri Lanka, and Mr. Kumar Karunaratna. Thank you very much, sir. And for our Indian fathers, Mr. Anup and Mr. Amod, thank you very much for joining with us apart from all your busy schedules. And I would like to thank Mr. Janaka Kamalkada for creating this platform. Thank you very much, sir. As the president of the association, you are doing a great job on creating such platforms for us to join and have discussions like this. So thank you very much. And I would like to thank Dr. Dheeraj Malhotra for guiding us on these summits and all. Thank you very much, sir. And finally, I would like to take this as an opportunity to remind you all about the summit again. So it's the International Education Summit for Quality Education 2022, which will be held in Lucknow, India from 28th to 30th October. So if you wish to join this, please keep us informed. We have a special registration procedure for this. So you can contact Sahi Association for that. So we are looking forward to meet you all in that summit in October. And I have another reminder that we'll be conducting a special course for happy parenting with Mrs. Rowena J. Phillips and with many other psychologists and happy parenting coaches at a very affordable rate. It will be initially for maybe 10 or 12 sessions. So with that, we can think of having another session for those who wish to become professional parenting coaches. But for the first session, for the first module, even fathers, mothers, anybody who wants to have some insights on parenting, you all can join. So we'll be providing you more details on that if you contact Sahay again. So I just wanted to keep you informed on that also. So it's not restricted to Sri Lankans or Indians. Anybody from any parts of the world, if you wish to join a happy parenting module, a happy parenting course, we are going to have one. So please let us inform if you have any contacts, if you have any friends or any parents who would like to join with us. So I just wanted to remind you on that as well. So with that, I guess we've come to the end of a wonderful session with fathers. Thank you very much once again for all of you. And I wish you all the good luck with your family and with your work life as well. So thank you very much. That's it for today's session. Let's meet up with another session like this. Thank you very much. Have a good day.